Okay, this is a quick tour of my gaming room that I said I was going to do. I'm not sure how well it's going to come out because it's absolutely billowing sun in today. But we'll give it a go. This is where I keep all my old Xbox, Saturns, PS3s, old joysticks. My very first stick that I use for my PS2, Xbox behind, a few three Dreamcasts, games, videos, Japanese and English Saturn. I'm going to eventually put all this lot in a somewhere shelf that I can't see because it does look, I'm not really keen on it looking like that. But anyway, that's that. I do all my gaming as regards to trying to keep up with the glare. There's my 410 that I said that I just use for normal gaming, like the emulators. This is what I play them on. Plasma 50-inch. And my weapon of choice, or should I say choices, for my shooters. Excuse me while I'm taking on the drink. Is an old ex-arcade joystick that I bought years and years ago and modified it because it only came for a PlayStation 2. Modded it with proper arcade. I mean, this is really. I can't remember, HAP I think it's called. And the arcade buttons, so soft you don't have to put hardly any effort into pushing them. And the stick, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it used to be that used to work. I can't remember what that was used for, but it's because it's modified now to work as a joystick for the Sega. It's all been modified, like I say, it's been modified, and it plugs into one of those 3-in-1 Joy box, PC Joy box, which I can use. That I'm using this one for. The Saturn, PS2, and the Dreamcast. I think that is, and that goes via USB into me. My PC. So yeah, that's what I use when I'm playing games like Crimson Clover on Steam and virtually anything that on the PC. And my other weapon of choice for the Xbox, what I mentioned about me, all the shooters on the Xbox 360, all the cave stuff. I use this modified Street Fighter joystick that I've modified with Simvibe buttons. Took all the buttons out and replaced them with these are the Simvibe ones. Again, effortless to control, and it's got the nice logo of the R9 Arrow, I think that is. And taking it off the TV and put it onto my desktop as well. So yeah, and I also like the see-through buttons to carry on the image. But this is, again, I could use this because it's USB. It's all in the back here. Quite a long cable, so I took it away when I'm using it. But yeah, that is for my Xbox, but I can still use it on the PC. It sees most of the stuff. Certainly play all Crimson Clover. Yep. On Steam with that, no problem. So, and I've just bought that because I'm getting fed up of the old fat 360s. They make so much noise. I decided to buy an Elite Slim 250 gig model because I just wake up my girlfriend, you know, when I can't sleep, when I stay up late. She can hear it humming, and so I bought that, and you don't even know it's on. it's on now. Can't hear that at all. Fantastic. So yeah, and that's Blu-ray 5.1 surround, and that gives me all my surround sound for all corners. Yeah. So I get me sound. That's me HD Skybox, and my other rig that I did a video on is my Phantom 510. Sorry, I keep getting these names wrong. The 530. This is purely my. I'm still not quite sure what I'm going to do with this cable, whether or not to put some straps there and tidy that up, but that's my driving simulator PC that just gets used for nothing but driving. The Steam account that I've got on there, that sits there, and that's my rig that I sit in when I'm driving, which is in the corner, as you can see. Excuse me, I'm just finishing my drink. On the table right next to it is this has just been modified so I can mount these speakers to the back. A nice official. I've had this for years. Michael Schumacher cap from the British Grand Prix a few years back. That's my pride and joy. That's going nowhere. It usually hangs there. I'll put that back on there so it doesn't get. I usually put that there, out of the way. Yeah, I've got various butt kickers on the seat. These are two of the amps, and the butt kickers are. There's one just there. That is actually a butt kicker. That is called a butt kicker, and that is obviously that one there. This Jammo 2 channel amplifier. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see. I'm not sure if you can see. I can't see what I'm doing. I can a bit. There's two on the back. That's just a spare monitor in case I have problems with my PC. I can just whip that out. This is on the back of this seat. That's the butt kicker I was telling you about. That's bolted to a metal plate that I had made. These are bolted to the back seat, and that done I'll give you a punch, I tell you. And if I can get a view from underneath the seat, if you can see that, that is another butt kicker. That's the amp on the side, bolted to this riser. There's another one, another bad boy under the seat, bolted to the seat. And I tell you, it's overkill. I'm thinking of you going to that simvibe. Excuse me, my finger's in the way. I'm using an Galaxy S3, crappy for vids. But I'm thinking of you going to the simvibe software and taking the two butt kickers off the back of the seat and mounting them underneath the pedals, or somewhere on that bar, and so I can use left, right, rear, and left, right, front for the butt kickers. So there's four altogether, so I can do that. So it's not really a problem. And this is the view when I get inside in my seat. I just have to wait for the camera to. Yeah, this is the view from the cockpit. It's a 24-inch monitor. It used to be a 22, as I had these little mounts either side of the monitor. As there's one underneath there, I'll rest that on there now. And these used to mount on there, but because I've got a 24 inch, I've had to mount the speakers on the side now. I've still to paint that bit of wood. So yeah, I've also got two button boxes as well. That's my keyboard on the front. This shelf is obviously all custom made. I've got two button boxes for all my toggle switches and what have you. Two of those each side. A sim display on top of the G25, and also this sim display is, I think, I don't know if you can read that. I'm not even going to pronounce that. That gives me more readout, lap times, speed, whereas this one's basically revs and flags for fuel and shit like that, and obviously the gears, whereas that one gives me more readout. And I've also modified the G25 joystick to work in sequential mode, forward, back, and I've bolted that to a custom made shelf that just bolts to the side of the table, the monitor stand, and that bolts to that, and that's the amp for the surround sound on the PC. And I've used I don't know if I said this in my previous video of the Phantom 530, but I use a dedicated sound card for the sound, because when I get my simvibe, it needs an extra sound card for that, and then use the motherboard's onboard sound for the rest, you know, the normal stuff. So yeah, that's the setup that I've got. And when I go to, excuse me a minute while I just figure out why my monitor's just turned off. Yeah, when I put one of these, that's the software for the this, and I can test all devices, and when I hit the test, this little light something just runs through the test of it, and you can also alter the dim brightness. And the other one is controlled through the SRD manager there. And obviously I have to have these booted up when I want to check my device is working. At the moment I've got it set for GTR Evolution because that was the last game I played. And then again, check device. Now you can see it's ready to boot up. And that gives me more readouts. I can have speed, fuel, laps on laps left in the race, laps performed during practice, speed. There's all sorts of shit that I can do with that. So yes, it gives you good information, especially on some of the mods on our Assetto or our Factual Race 07, where all you get is just the cockpit view of the car. Sometimes you don't quite know when you're hitting the rev limiter. And I like to have all my you know, icons and stuff that are around the edges of the screen in the games off, because it looks as realistic as possible. And of course then I rely on that, because when I hit my limiter, this will flash blue when that's right over there in blue, and all these three each side flash blue, as well as them end for there when they are hitting the rev limiter. So nice bit of kit to have. Bit overkill with the boxes, but I do use both of them. Because sometimes, because I am right-handed naturally, I do favour that one, but sometimes I get confused where I've got my ignition or my start or my mirror on off. So I used to have all the mirrors on off and hood stuff for R07, Race 07 on this, but I tend to use this for that because my brain's telling me it's on this side. And the toggles are up and down. They're all buttons, one up. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And God knows how many each these encoders. So there's loads and loads of buttons, and they're all mapped for the game. And I use that one for Assetto and what do you call it? Not project cars, game stock car. Reza. Yeah. I'll just unclick that. So when I go onto my Steam, it tells me. That's one thing I like about Steam. A lot of people don't like digital media. Is it digital? The stuff that's it's not physical copy, is it? And that tells me what I've got in my library, and there are all my games that I run. R Factor 2's only just come out, but because I've got R Factor installed from the disc that came with this race wheel, it doesn't really it won't show you in it won't update from Steam unless you buy the Steam version of R Factor. But I've got loads and loads of different R Factor installations because of all the mods. And this shoot 'em up here, I like playing on this as well because it looks pretty good on the Crimson Clover. But yeah, they're all the games. I've yet to install Formula 1 13 and Formula 1 2014 because, like I say, I've not long had this computer up and running. So that's the Steam stuff, and that's all that I use that PC for. So I'll jump out of that. Yeah, that's a look at that. There, me two Xboxes I was telling you about on an earlier video. I've had to botch them up a bit to stop them from red ringing. This is the Japanese one, so I've cut the vents out the back, made the fan work in 12 volt mode, so that's why it's really loud now. And that's the English one at the back. But I don't want to. For them to blow up because they're expensive to replace, obviously. There's all my joy pads for the PS3, PS, Xbox, and this is where I keep that SLG that I was telling you about. That's there, and that's what gives me the scan lines when I'm playing shoot 'em ups. So that's always in on that VGA connection. And on the this used to be the desk that I used to run all my games when I was a bachelor before I met my girlfriend. I had this in my lounge, and obviously, you know, your bachelor days, they're over at some point, aren't they? So I've had to move that all in here, and of course I wanted to keep all that, which he's not bothered about. He's fine with that. So I'll just use the desk now just to store everything on. I also like using a simulator called Race Pro, VRC Pro, and it enables you to use your own what do you call it? I can't get my words out. What's this called? Transmitter for this. Where are we? Virtual RC Pro, and this is has just detected that because it's gone green, so I use that for that. And then my brilliant Turtle Beach 5 XP 510s, outstanding headphones. They're the older 4, I think, I can't think what they're called. I've had these ages. They work on an infrared signal. They're the headphones from up there. They're quite old now. It's been replaced by these dual channel 2.4, 2.5 gigahertz. These are brand new. I've not long had these, but they are absolutely the dog's bollocks. And you can stream Bluetooth. Yeah, you've seen videos on that. So yeah, and I keep all my burning software discs, what have you down there. They're my 2 motherboard boxes for both the Sabertooth and the Gigabyte, and the Radeon R9 under there. Just various other boxes. The same here at surfing PC, which, as I say, I don't see, look, because of the window, because it sits. Well, I always sit here when I'm playing. I'm listening to my music, or if I'm surfing the web, and obviously I can't see the PC from there. Well, you know, I can't see the back of it, so what's the point of having anything special in there? And that's the view I get. It's basically the lounge room. I love it, and my girlfriend loves it because she likes it when I come in here. And she can do her thing in the lounge, so I get the best of both worlds really. And that's it. So I hope you like the mini tour. I've seen many others on the internet way better than mine, but that's not what it's about, is it? It's about what you like using and what's good for you. And this is mine, you know, and I love it. And it keeps me happy for hours on end. So anyway, I hope you like the tour, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.